It starts with just a tremor, but Parkinson's disease can lead to so much more. It's a progressive nervous disorder, including loss of movement or movements you cannot control.
And there is no known cause and no known cure. Age can even be a factor, but as Colleen Marshall found out, sometimes it hits at a very early age, and this is scary. This surprised me when I heard this number.
Yeah, they call it early onset, and of course Michael J. Fox, the actor, is the best known example of that. He got it at the age of 29. A Columbus man got that same diagnosis at about the same age, and he is still learning to live with it. But thanks to surgery at OSU just 2 weeks ago, he is hopeful about living with it in an all-new way. His head in a clamp, holes drilled through his skull. Joel Diaz is awake while doctors plant electrodes directly into his brain. Why would anyone agree to this? Less than 24 hours earlier, Joel told us he's ready for a new life.
As my boss said, I've never met anyone more excited about brain surgery than you.
At 37, Joel has been living for 7 years with a rare form of early onset Parkinson's disease. Even his doctors at first thought it wasn't possible that Parkinson's was causing his tremors. He was too young.
I couldn't get answers from anyone. No one knew what was it became a waiting game. We'll wait and see.
But somehow, Joel knew, and tests confirmed it. Then he did what he says no one should do. Googled Parkinson's and Michael J. Fox.
And I watched all these videos of him, and I just broke down because I started sobbing.
Because Joel was newly engaged, then newly married, and then adopting a child.
And the baby's just been an amazing experience, but also a tough one. So, you know, those sleepless nights as a new parent definitely took a toll on me. But I wouldn't trade it for anything for the world.
Exhaustion aggravates his symptoms, and time has allowed the disease to progress.
But the dyskinesia is really a second set of symptoms that develop, and that's the jerky movements, the bobbing, you know, and I get that. It's a new symptom for me within the last 7 months, and it's, you know, I have days where I have it and days where I don't. 1 minute you're totally fine, and the next minute you can't walk. You know, that's how it is for me. I can take 5 steps, and the next minute I'll freeze, because my foot won't feel like it'll be 10 pounds, you know, and my toes will curl and I just physically can't move.
Do you ever stop and think, why me?
I try not to.
What he is focusing on is this surgery and what he hopes it will mean. Deep brain stimulation and electrodes that could relieve the tremors, the shaking, and allow him to back off the medicine he must now take every 4 hours.
And that'll mean so many different things for me. It'll mean a whole different quality of life.
And that surgery holds such promise. Coming up tonight at 6, we're going to take you through the part of the surgery when those electrodes are actually turned on, and we'll see if Joel gets the changes that he is hoping for. And as he mentioned, you know, he watched those videos of Michael J. Fox and they first had him sobbing. Then, he says, he saw an interview with Ellen DeGeneres and Michael J. Fox in which he was talking about how he learned to have a positive outlook and to be hopeful. And he says that changed the way he looked at his disease. And now he tries to have a positive and looking forward to the future outlook.
And just like Michael J. Fox, I just asked you about this. At 30 and 35, when we all hit that age, we thought we were invincible. We're ready to take on the world. He has to deal with something like this. Is he able to work? What about day-to-day life? He
works for Equitas Health here in Columbus. He does development and community outreach for them. So he goes to work and he's been able to maintain his job. I think he's just hoping for more movement control so that everything in his life becomes a little easier. You know, 7 years is a long time already to be dealing with this, and he's only 37.
And I love how you said it's all about his outlook, too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll hear more about Joel coming up at 6 as well.
Yeah, you're going to see that part of the surgery where they try to see if it will work for him.
All right.
Thank you.
Look forward to that.
Actor Michael J. Fox once said, "I have no choice about whether or not I have Parkinson's. I have nothing but choices about how I react to it." His decision to live a positive life has influenced a local man who also was diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's at the age of 30. Joel Diaz is a husband, a father, and a fighter who 2 weeks ago had surgery that could lead to big changes.
I'm more excited than anything.
Joel Diaz said goodbye to his hair, so that a drill could open pathways into his brain and make way for the electrodes that could change his life.
They make some small incisions in my brain to implant these electrodes, and then they'll connect them to a wire underneath my skin and neck into a pacemaker-like device in my chest that'll be controlled by a remote.
At the age of 37, he's been living for 7 years with the tremors, stiffness, and pain of early onset Parkinson's. This surgery could change all of it. He's asleep during the drilling, but awakened to test the electrodes.
And how's this feel like this, sir? How's the stiffness feel?
I feel a lot looser.
A lot looser?
Less stiff, yeah.
More like your medication's taking effect?
Yep, exactly.
And as the electrodes are tested,
Open up, big and faster. Faster, bigger and faster.
movement and mobility increase. Movement he hasn't had in years.
Tap, 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 wide, 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 wide. Very good.
And hope is awakened.
Okay, so we are happy with this side. We're going to go back to sleep now.
Okay.
And then we'll do the same thing on the other side.
Okay, great.
Okay?
It's a remarkable joining of man and technology. The electrodes and the battery pack that will fire them are now in place. They will become fully operational in a few weeks. They cannot be charged until his brain and skull heal, but he already knows how good that will feel.
I could move my fingers and my hand. I had so much better control, and it was pretty remarkable. So I was a bit of a fog, but I could feel the current running through my arm and my foot.
It's the current that will restore movement and control.
The start of almost a new life for me in a lot of ways, because I feel that'll be another chance for me to have a different quality of life as I move forward, and I'm really excited, so I'm looking forward to it.
Good Thanksgiving.
It'll be a great Thanksgiving.
Those electrodes are scheduled to be activated on December 4th, and Joel says he cannot wait to once again be able to control his own body.